Hello guys, in this particular video we will learn about the basic image processing techniques using OpenCV. So we will be learning about how to convert our colored images to grayscale images, and then we will learn about the edge detection, blur, average blur and median blur. And after that we will be learning about morphological techniques like erosion and dilation. So before we start with our coding part, let us first discuss the theory behind each of these techniques. So color image to grayscale, this particular method we use our CVT color. We use this method of our OpenCV by typing cv2 dot cvt color, and by using this method we try to convert our colored images to our grayscale images. And then comes our extract edges out of our images. To perform edge detection we use Canny filter, so this will help you to perform edge detection. And inside this you have to pass your image on which you have to perform your edge detection. This is going to be our image, and then you have to give a threshold value, your lower limit and your upper limit. Between these values the pixels will be extracted. For example, if a value is less than 100, for example in this case the pixel of those values won't be extracted, and if the pixel value is greater than 200, particular pixel value won't be extracted. So this is how you can perform your edge detection. Then comes your various smoothing techniques like Gaussian blur, average blur and median blur. So smoothing techniques are used to reduce noise, that is to reduce excess pixels that are of not much worth, and produce a little blurring effect on your images. So whenever you want to provide a blurring effect to your images, or you want to reduce the noise present in your image, noise means that unnecessary pixels on your image, whenever you want to do blurring effect or want to reduce noise in your image, then you have to do some smoothing techniques are Gaussian blur, average blur and median blur. So in order to perform Gaussian blur, all you have to type is that you have to type, in case of Gaussian blur you have to type cv2. Why cv2? Because it is a method present in OpenCV, so you have to write cv2 dot Gaussian blur, where your G is capital and B is capital. And inside Gaussian blur, as arguments you have to pass your image on which image you want to blur, and then you have to pass a kernel size, and by increasing the kernel size you can increase the blurring effect. And then there are two techniques, average blur and median blur. The results that you will be getting after applying your average blur or median blur are going to be similar, so you can choose either of them. So in case of average blur you have to use your dot blur method, and in case of median blur you have to type dot median blur. So these are the methods. In case of average blur you have to write dot blur, and in case of median blur you have to write dot median blur. In front of dot you have to write cv2 obviously. What average blur is that it tries to do a convolution with help of a filter on your image. When convolution is done, the average value of all the pixels are assigned to the center value. So this is how average blur and median blur works. If you don't know what is a convolution, then you can simply search on the internet. It is basically a technique. It is a technique in which we apply a filter to our images. So these are our average blur and median blur. Now we will be discussing our morphological techniques. So morphological techniques are whenever you want to manipulate your image size, like decreasing excess pixel value and or increasing the pixel value by replacing the missing pixels, you have to use morphological techniques. In case of erosion, as the name suggests, pixels are removed. So in case of erosion, the boundary pixels are removed. So it tries to decrease the boundary pixels present in your image. And in case of dilation is used to is performed whenever you want to increase or whenever you want to replace your missing pixel values. So in order to perform erosion you have to use cv2 dot erode, and in case of dilation you have to write cv2 dot dilate. And generally whenever you perform erosion, dilation is followed. So the correct order of applying these filter is first you have to perform erosion and then you have to perform dilation. So erosion will remove the excess noise, excess pixels from the boundary, and then dilation will be used to fill the missing pixels that are needed in order to provide a much more clearer effect. So now we will be moving towards our hands-on tutorial for this particular topic, that is basic image processing. Hello guys, welcome to the hands-on demonstration of basic image processing using OpenCV. So I have to begin by importing my OpenCV and my NumPy module. Now I have to load my main image, that is the original image. So I'm going to use my pick one, which is located in this location, which is inside the resources folder. So I'm going to copy paste the whole location and I'm going to place it as an argument inside my imread method, and I'm going to use the pick one. So I'm going to write a pick1.jpg. Now my first operation is to convert my this image, original image, that is a colored image, into a grayscale image. So to do that, all I need to do is that I have to use a method that is CVT color, where CVT is an acronym for convert. So I'm going to use CVT color method, and inside this I have to pass my original image, that is the image that I want to convert to grayscale, and then I have to pass another value, that is cv2.color_bgr to gray, that is convert the BGR color, that is blue green red channeled image, into grayscale. So if I do this and if I run the code, if I run the output, then you can see that my original image was this, that is in BGR form, that is blue green red color channel image, and this is my grayscale image, that is the grayscale output of my original image. So this is how you can convert your colored image into a grayscale image. Now I'm going to perform edge detection on my original image. In order to do that, I have created a variable that is edge_img, and then I'm going to use a method that is canny. So canny is a method that is used to perform edge detection on an image. So as the arguments, I have to first pass my original image, that is the image that on which I want to perform my edge detection, and then I have to pass on two threshold values. Here the threshold values can be any numbers. Suppose I'm going to pass here 45 and another value I'm going to pass here 120. So what threshold values are, they are the lower and the upper limits. That is, if a pixel value is lower than the lowest lower threshold, that is 45, then it is not going to pick up that image. And if the pixel value is greater than the upper value of the threshold, that is 120, then also that particular pixel is not going to be picked up by my image. Now if I run the code, you can see that my original image was this, my grayscale image was this, and after performing my edge detection, you can see that these edges have been extracted from my original image. If I change the value here, for example, if I write here 90 and here I'm going to write 150. Now if I run my code, let me comment out these images, that is the grayscale. Now if I run this, to run all you need to do is you have to press Ctrl Shift and F10, or you can press the green triangular icon present on the upper right corner of your screen of pie chart. Now you can see that more clear edges are extracted from my original image. So you can play around with different values of the threshold values in order to get the desired edges that you want to achieve. Now I'm going to perform my first smoothing technique, that is Gaussian blur. So in order to do that, I have created a variable that will store the final output, and the name of this variable is Gauss_img, that is Gauss image, and then I have to perform a method that is Gaussian blur. So I have written here Gaussian blur. Remember that this is case sensitive, so you need to keep your G and B in capital form. Now as the arguments, I have to pass my original image. Here I have passed my gray image, that is this image, or I can pass my original image, which was main_image, and then I have to pass a kernel size. And remember, the values present inside the kernel size have to be a positive odd number, and then I have to pass my sigma x value. So if I write here the kernel size as 5 by 5, that is 5 by 5, remember it has to be an odd number, and I show my output, Let me comment out the edge detection output. So if I show it, you can see that my Gaussian blur has been applied on my original image. This was my original image and this is my Gaussian blur image. But you can see that it is not very much clear that whether the output image has been blurred or not. So I'm going to increase my kernel size. So if I increase my kernel size, for example, here it is 5. So I'm going to write here 50 by 50. Sorry, I have to write here 51 by 51 because it has to be an odd number. So if I run now, you can see that now my image has been blurred. I can easily distinguish between my original image and my blurred image. Suppose I increase my kernel size even more. I'm going to write here 101 and 101. Now if I run it, you can see that my image has been even more blurred out. So you can conclude from this that by increasing the kernel size, you can increase the amount of blur that has been applied on my image, or you can increase the blurring effect on the output image by increasing the kernel size. Now I am going to perform my second smoothing technique, that is my average blur. So in order to perform my average blur, I have created a variable that is avg blur, and then I have used a method that is blur. Now I have to pass my original image, that is my main image, and the kernel size. Here the kernel size is 5 by 5. Now if I show my output, you can see that this is my original image and this is my average blur. And if I perform my third smoothing technique, that is median blur, and if I run the code to perform median blur, all you need to do is that you have to use a method that is median blur, where b is capital, and you want to make sure that instead of passing the kernel size like this, you have to pass a single positive odd number. Now if I run the code, you can see that my output, my average blur and my median blur looks very much similar. From this we can infer that the output values that you get from your average blur and the median blur are pretty much close to each other, or I can say that they are pretty much similar to each other. So we can easily say that average blur and median blur are very much similar to each other, and that output you will get from there is almost the same. So these were all of my smoothing techniques. Now we are going to perform the various morphological techniques that are erosion and dilation on our image. But I want you guys to remember that in order to perform my erosion and dilation image, and in order to clearly notice the difference, I'm going to use my grayscale image here. That is the gray IMG, which I got from using my CVT colored method on my original method. I'm going to use my grayscale image of my original image. So all I have done is that to perform erosion, I have used my erode method, and to perform dilation, I have used dilate method. I have first passed my image on which I want to apply my erode method, and the kernel, which is this. Here I have created a kernel of size 5 by 5, which is a numpy array of ones of size 5 by 5, having the values of unsigned integer of 8-bit. So this is my kernel, and then I have to specify the number of iterations that I want to perform. Here I have specified it as 1. And in case of dilation also, I have passed my image on which I want to perform my dilation, and I pass the kernel and the number of iterations I want to perform. Now if I run the code, you can easily see that, not easily, you can see that this is my output grayscale image, this is my erosion image, and this is my dilation image. It might not be very much clearly visible, but you can see that in case of my dilation image, you can see that the dark spots have been lightened, and in case of erosion also some excess pixels have been removed. Let us try to increase the number of iterations. I'm going to write here iterations as 10, and here also I'm going to write here 10, and I'm going to increase my numpy array to size of 9 by 9. Now if I run my code, you can see that you can now clearly see the what erosion and dilation is done. So this is everything you need to know about basics of image processing using OpenCV. In this video we learned about the various image processing techniques, like how to convert a colored image to a grayscale image, how to perform edge detection on an image using the Canny method, how to perform various smoothing techniques like Gaussian blur, median blur, and average blur. And at last, we learned about the morphological techniques like erosion and dilation. In the next video, we will learn how to resize and crop our image using OpenCV. So we will meet in the next video. Until then, bye bye.